It all began with one text. My phone buzzed on the kitchen counter while I was making coffee, and her name flashed across the screen. Emily. The message was brief, sharp, and meant to cut deep. Don't call me. My heart jolted, but not in the way she expected. I didn't panic. I didn't fire off angry replies. I didn't beg. Instead, I calmly set my coffee down, typed a simple response, and hit send, then don't come back. The room fell silent for a moment. I knew exactly how heavy those words would land, how final they would feel. No shouting could have delivered a clearer blow. I went on with my morning, pretending everything was normal, even though curiosity and unease twisted in my mind. Would she understand that I meant every word? How would she react? Minutes stretched into hours. I didn't call. I didn't chase. Real control lives in calm silence. The air felt charged with expectation. And then it happened. The flood. My phone lit up like a storm. Calls, texts, notifications piling up in seconds. 20 messages. Missed calls. Voice notes. Each more frantic than the one before. Her first voicemail was trembling, shaky, almost hysterical. Please listen to me. I didn't mean it like that, she pleaded. My steady silence only deepened the fear in her voice. She had assumed that her message would put her in control, that withholding herself would manipulate me. But she never accounted for what quiet authority could do. Every word I didn't say, every calm pause I held, sent her spinning into a panic she couldn't contain. She was exposed now, raw, desperate, scrambling to fix something she knew she had shattered. I read through her messages slowly. Apologies, excuses, confessions, each one peeling back another layer. She admitted she'd been seeing someone else, that she didn't know how to end it, that she never meant for me to find out. Her truth spilled out like a dam finally breaking. And still, I didn't respond. I let her sit in the silence she had created. Let her feel the weight of it. I could sense her fear growing. She expected a fight, yelling, tears, chaos. Instead, my composure terrified her. Her calls became rapid, almost frenzied. She begged. She pleaded. She even threw out empty threats that collapsed under the sound of her shaking voice. I'll change. I promise. I'll never do it again, she said, her words dripping with desperation. But apologies don't erase betrayal. Words can't undo choices. I listened to her unravel in message after message. I felt an odd sense of power in my stillness, a quiet, unshakable command over a situation she once believed she controlled. Eventually, I chose to respond. Not with rage, not with curses, not with begging. I asked one question. Do you understand what your choices mean? Her whisper came back trembling. Yes, I see it now. The panic, the guilt, the shame, it all poured out. She finally realized how badly her plan had backfired, how completely she had lost control. She tried again to twist the truth, to offer half explanations, but none of it held any weight now. Every new message carried more fear. My single calm reply had shattered the illusion she'd been clinging to. She was terrified, pale, and emotionally stripped bare. Hours passed. The messages kept coming, slower now, but heavier. Confessions I hadn't even known about surfaced one after another. As I read them in silence, a cold clarity settled over me. She finally understood. Her games were over, and my calm, measured response was a final blow. Then came a message that stopped me in place. A revelation I hadn't expected. A deeply personal truth she had kept hidden. Something that explained her behavior in a way that left me stunned. I felt my breath catch as I read it. Even then, I didn't lash out. My silence let her confront the consequences she had created. Her final voice call was barely coherent. Please don't leave me. I didn't mean I didn't. She stammered through tears and panic. I let her speak until every word, every bit of guilt, every tremble had emptied out. Then, in a steady voice, I said, You made your choice. Now face it. The force of those words hit her like a strike. She was shaking, speechless, completely powerless. The room around me, the house, the digital space where all this had unfolded, it all became a stage for consequences she never anticipated. Her betrayal had stripped her bare. When the messages finally stopped, the truth settled between us like a heavy curtain. She felt the humiliation, the terror of losing control, and the crushing realization that I wasn't the one panicking. She was. My calm dismantled every lie, every excuse, every attempt to manipulate. She was left broken, frightened, and silent, forced to face the reality of what she'd done. The silence afterward was deafening, a silence filled with truth, reflection, and judgment. That day changed everything. Emily's attempt to control the situation collapsed under a single calm response. Her fear, trembling, and desperation became a lesson she would never forget. I realized something that day. Composure, patience, and deliberate stillness hold more power than rage ever could. Her confessions, her frantic attempts to regain control, they all fell apart under the weight of quiet certainty. And in that moment, I understood that exposing betrayal through silence leaves the guilty stunned, voiceless, and completely powerless.